Hello, you guys. My name is Matt Tognacci. I'm 25 years old. I have 3 businesses: Sunny Pressure Washing, Sunny Trash Hauling, Sunny Moving Services. We are located in Houston, Texas, and I am basically trying to make a video to help explain to you guys how to get off the truck, how to work on your business versus in your business. It's simple, it's not easy. If you're here, congratulations, you've already made it past a point where a lot of people turn around and don't make it. So hopefully you're busy, you have a big schedule, you're backed up, you're stressed, you're spread too thin. That's where you want to be before you do this. So like I said, it's simple, it's not easy. I'm going to try and give you guys just the basic principles and ideas, and everything I tell you is going to be from my experience, things that I've learned or practiced or that have helped me directly. And nothing I say is going to be from something there is stuff that I've heard from other people and that I've been taught and shown by other people, but I'm not going to say something that sounds like a good idea. I believe in experience being the best determining factor of what works and what doesn't work. And for me, I'm just going to share what I've learned and what's worked for me. So first thing is to basically decide what you want to do. What kind of business are you going to have? Because if you want a huge business, then this is a system you're going to want to duplicate and duplicate and duplicate. If you want to have just a helper, then that's awesome, that's great, and you're going to find it super quick. And so you're going to find someone that can do the work for you, and then that's it. But I say that, and it may not sound like that big of a deal, but it is a big deal, because the most important thing after you do this is what you do next. If I want a huge company, I want hundreds of trucks going all across the country. So if I once, so that means my end goal is that. So my goal today needs to be XYZ. So if you want a huge company, then the biggest thing I can tell you right now is that once you find your replacement and you find your person that takes over your job and gets you off the truck, you need to keep going. And so we'll get into that, but you cannot get lazy or just get complacent and find the person to take over the reins and then sit back and coast. That's gonna hurt you, and you're gonna have to restart the process all over again. So I'll get into that, but I just want to keep going down the list because it's hard to make these videos. I didn't realize it, but this is probably my second hour of just filming, trying to get everything listed out and explained thoroughly and quickly, but we'll see. So hopefully this is valuable for you guys. So first, you're going to have to go change your mindset completely. 2 things. One, you're working on your business instead of in your business. There's very little growth that happens when you're working in your business, but the growth that happens when you're working on your business is exponential. You have a bird's eye view, you can look down, you can see what's going on and all of that. So the goal is to get yourself in a position to where you can step back, look at what's going on, and then take action based off what you see. And that's going to be difficult to have happen when you're in the day-to-day stuff, but that's part of it. If it was easy, everyone would do it. The second thing that's important to remember in this position, you're taking yourself and you're creating a second version. So what you want to do is pretend that your hands are broken, pretend that your feet are broken, your legs are broken. All you have is your brain and your mouth to tell the person to communicate as effectively as possible what to do, how to do it, how you expect it done, how to help them get it done. That's what you're relying on. It's just your brain and your mouth. So if you keep that mindset of my hands are broken, my legs are broken, there's nothing I can do, I have to communicate this, that's going to help you get it done. So no exception to that. No exception whatsoever. The sooner you can adopt that, the more rapidly you'll achieve your goal of getting off the truck and being totally removed. So first, you're going to take 2 steps forward and 1 step back. You probably already know that. I want to stress to you guys, don't get defeated, don't get upset. I mean, this is what we do. We're business owners, we're entrepreneurs. Life slaps you in the face and business slaps you in the face, and it's okay. That's what happens. You're not a bad business owner. The point is that you just keep going. Don't fail. I mean, you don't quit. That's the only way you fail is if you quit. So what I want to talk about is finding your replacement. You may already have them. You may have one person doing the work and you're spotting them or you're helping them. What I want you guys to do, what I had to do, is sit down and make a list of like, what are my fears? Because believe it or not, we all have fears, we all have self-limiting beliefs. And so I had to see, all right, what are my fears? What am I afraid of? What is in my brain that's holding me back from getting to the next level? And for everyone it's different, but for me it was like I hadn't been in business long enough to do X, or I haven't learned enough to do Y, or I don't have enough money or business coming in to do X, Y, Z. So find out what your self-limiting beliefs are and be very clear with yourself, because everything in business development is self-development, is my opinion. So the more you can develop yourself, the more you'll develop your business. So the next thing is to get very comfortable with being uncomfortable. There's very little growth that happens when we're super comfortable, but a lot of growth happens when we're uncomfortable and we're doing something new and we're not stagnant. We're pushing the bounds and getting us from point A to point B. So I want to stress to you guys it's important to know what your ideal person looks like. So list out the qualities, list out the traits, the character assets that they have. Find out what qualities they'll possess before you start looking for them, because that'll help you determine, okay, this is the person that I want. This is who I want. You're finding your right-hand man. You're finding your duplication of yourself. And so you're gonna, another thing is that it sounds so easy. It's simple, not easy. It's very simple, not easy. So the message I heard from people is like, find your right-hand man, but I didn't realize that I was gonna have to find like 8 or 9 right-hand men that quit or I fired that weren't perfect before I found the right person. So if you've hired and fired 3 or 4 people, 5, 6 people, even 9, 10 people, don't give up. You got to keep doing it until you find the right person. And then another part of that is that there was a lot of stuff within myself that I had to change. I mean, I have still work on my people pleasing tendencies, setting expectations, communicating clearly, being friendly but not their friend. There's a ton of self-development that has to go on for business development. So find out if you're having a problem keeping these people, find out what's going on with you that's preventing them from working out, because chances are they might not be perfect, they might not be the right fit. However, there's definitely something you can do on your end to improve your position as their employer, as their leader. So now you know what they look like, how do you find them? There's a million ways. There's Indeed, there is Facebook, posting on Facebook, there is asking people for referrals. Seek and you shall find is the key. So write affirmations, write out, I have the perfect employee, my perfect employee comes to work with me every single day. So, or I'm off the truck, I have a perfect team who takes care of all the manual side of things. So write it out, affirm it, and then be willing to receive it, but then ask for it. And the way you do that is pretty simple. I mean, like I said, this stuff is all simple, it's not easy, but post on Facebook, get people involved, get people excited. And what you're gonna wanna do is you're gonna get hit up with a ton of people. So do the interviews, ask the questions, be like, okay, what experience do you have? Tell me about yourself. And you're looking for red flags. And as soon as you could say 2 red flags, they're not your guy. So one red flag may not be an issue, but two red flags, cut them loose, and so, or don't even have them come out, and so you want to basically have somebody with you every day. So you're going to be paying them, and you're going to have less money coming in because you're paying these people, but that's going to be what helps you to guarantee that you'll find this person. So have them with you every single day, no matter what. If you find out that this person's not working out, cut them loose, let go of them, have the next person in line come up. So you are always hiring. Essentially, you're always hiring. So if you find the right person, now your job is to train them. So the right person is going to come. You just have to go through however many people until you find the right person. And when you're looking for them, be honest. Tell them, I'm looking for a right-hand man. It's a small company. I need someone who can work long hours with me, who can do the right thing, who I can trust. And tell them exactly what you're looking for, because that'll help you weed out people that aren't going to be a good fit before you even get started. So saving their time and saving your time. I mean, that the thing that helped me was when I was looking for my first person, I'm like, okay, I need to find the right person and tell them everyone I talk to, I'm gonna be like, look, it's just you and me. I'm going out getting business. I need you to do the work, and then I'm gonna go out and get the business. So I made it as clear as day, as clear as possible, what the expectation was, and so that way you don't get into a riff 2 months down the road or 2 weeks down the road when you're not doing the work and they're doing all the work. It's like, that's what we were going for anyway. So you want to be very clear and very transparent, and also it's going to avoid any shock when a person comes to work with you and they're like, I'm your only employee. It's going to be weird for some people. So try and communicate that at the jump start of everything and get it knocked out of the way. So now you've got your person. You should have your person, because there's 7 billion people in the earth. So you have someone with you every single day. If they don't work, cut them loose. If they're great, keep them for another day. If they're great, keep them for another day. And by 2 weeks, 4 weeks, they should know pretty much everything, how to do everything, right? They'll still have questions, but they should be able to do the work side of it. And now you've got your first person. You're essentially just watching them. You're explaining to them what to do, and now you've arrived. You're free. You're off the truck. But if you can't get there, or you can't bear to leave them or step away, there's going to be a adjustment period that you're going to need to be comfortable with, which is basically, I say let go, let God. I mean, you could let go and let it happen is the same thing. However, you're just gonna have to send it. I mean, it's like there's gonna be stuff that happens. They're gonna mess stuff up. They're gonna make mistakes. You're gonna be embarrassed. You're gonna have to fix it. You're gonna eat shit, as I say. There's gonna be a lot of stuff that happens that sucks. But if you're playing a small game, you get small risks. If you're playing a big game, you get big risks. So I mean, that goes back to what I was talking about. What kind of business do you want? How do you want it set up? I mean, what are your goals? Because that's going to determine how you play out the next cards you have currently. So mistakes are going to happen. That's part of the game. So now you've got your person. They're working. They know everything to do. And now you need to leave them. So you've left them. Sometimes I've seen people just sit in the truck and watch while their guy goes out and works. That's not the way to do it. It's basically, they're gonna get lazy, or they're gonna get resentful, or they're gonna basically feel like they're indispensable, which has happened to me. I mean, all this stuff has happened to me. So I had a guy, MG, we'll call him. He showed up and just basically, he was out making me $1,700 a day, and I was able to just sit there, not do anything, send quotes, call people, and keep him ready to go. But I got complacent. I got lazy. And the thing is you cannot let that happen. You need I'll get into this, but once you get them off on their own, now is your next step. It's like, okay, what do I do next? And so there's two things that you need to do. So what the point of that is, like, you are still a business owner. You still need to work. It's like we got to the finish line. Now the finish line moves past it. We finished chapter 1. Now we're on chapter 2. You can't just sit there and become complacent, because you're gonna basically revert back. You're gonna just keep slipping back. So you got to keep moving forward, or else you're gonna slip back. So now you have a choice. So, and really you have two things that you need to do. So you've gotten off the truck, you got your person, they're out every day working. So now you have two main focuses. One, you need to get more business. Obviously, keep bringing the business in, because you need to keep them busy. But two, you need to get more business so that you can get your second person on, and your third and fourth and fifth. And so now you need to get more business. And then the next thing you need to do is immediately find the second person. So what that's going to do is, and this person, now that they're good, your person A, now that they know what to do, and they have all the skills, all the qualities they possess, you're going to give them a raise, and then their job is to train their, hopefully not their replacement, but train the next person coming on. You want two people, because now with just one person, you're obviously exposed. If they quit or they don't feel like coming to work today, they're indispensable, so to speak, right? So you need to get them duplicated ASAP. So as soon as you can, get the second person. You're gonna make less money. I mean, your profits are gonna be tighter because you're paying two people to do the job. But at the same time, you're out hunting, you're out getting more business, you're doing everything you can to keep them busy. And that's why you can't, I mean, you need to, you're basically facing immediately, as soon as you get this person, you're facing the next glass ceiling, which is like, okay, how do I get past one helper and one person? So immediately you need to hire a second person and have them be training them, and to be their backup if need be. And if they quit or they get fired or whatever, then you have the second person, and then you need to immediately have another person to back them up. So number one thing. And so you get them trained. The two things you need to do: get them trained, get a second person in there, and have them start being trained by your main person. And then the next thing is be hunting as much as you can to get new business in, because that's going to be the most valuable commodity. I mean, once you have people, the next is business. There's always a pendulum swinging. So it's like operations, like completion of the work, or people and overhead and payroll. So it's like, what do you want to have more of? You're either struggling to get work done because you have not enough people, or you're struggling to get the work done because you have you're either going to be freaking out because you don't have enough people and you need more work, or you're going to be freaking out because you need more people to do the work you have. So I prefer, obviously, not having enough people to do the work I have, because on one hand your expenses are too high, and on the other hand your revenue is too high. So you need to, I mean, not too high, but you need to compensate for that. So always be trying to hunt down more business. That's the number one thing. I mean, the next thing after getting 2 or 3 techs is going to be either getting an office manager or a salesperson. We can talk about that later, but as soon as you get someone out there on the streets, and you need to get a replacement for them trained up right away, and then you need to go out and get more business. That's the main goal. So hopefully that was helpful for you guys. I don't know how much time I spent talking about that, but hopefully that's helpful. I would love to hear how it went for you guys. I'd love to hear what you're struggling with and be able to answer more in-depth questions. But basically, yeah, I mean, if you follow everything, it's pretty simple. It's not easy, but it's a simple way to get from A to B and past that glass ceiling of finding your first employee. So thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate you very much. I will talk to you guys soon. Peace.